Hello, welcome to the Are You Cold Son podcast. It is currently 11:01 p.m. on July 8th, 2020. Today we have a very fascinating guest. I will allow her to introduce herself. Welcome, George Rabbit Hole.
Welcome to the podcast.
Thanks.
So what's your story? What are you about?
I'm really into goblins.
Cool. What is your job?
I'm a cryptozoologist, and I special in goblins.
Cool. Well, what are some interesting facts about goblins?
Well, they're very hard to catch. They're very fast. When they move very quickly, they're very blurry. They can move practically as fast as a cheetah. Not a lot of people know that. And they love belly rubs and head rubs.
Is this one alive?
Yes, he is actually.
Can you get him out of here right now?
You're
I'm
gonna have-
absolutely disgusted by that. That is not acceptable. I can't believe you brought this onto our set. I'm really genuinely upset with you right now.
So, if you saw a goblin running from someone such as animal control or perhaps even a cryptozoologist like yourself, and he asked for some help, like to you use your sweater or something to help him get away from whatever was chasing him, what exactly would you do?
Well, I am a cryptozoologist, so I would obviously give him the sweater. But if he's being chased by another one of a cryptozoologist, I would personally not help him because we need him for experiments and to create more.
I think we really have differing opinions on this one.
I hate goblins, but it's a really rough world out there, and I think I'd help him. Because what if he was gonna get shot?
Well, cryptozoologists who specialize in goblins don't usually shoot them. We usually
What if they did though?
They shot the last one.
I threw the last one.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, thankfully he was just a clone. I can go grab another one in like 5 seconds.
No.
But usually, cryptozoologists will take one of the goblins, clone it multiple times to make more, and then take the original goblin home to tween it into home living, because we're thinking they'll be a nice pet, maybe help you around.
How big of a jar is necessary to keep a goblin? Like, would this much be enough?
Don't put a goblin in a jar!
Why not?
I have so many in jars, and they're so slippery.
You can't do that.
Why not?
They need air.
You inject oxygen with a big needle into it, right?
Into the goblin. I do it really hard so it goes in really fast so he can breathe.
God.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Into his bloodstream.
Does it make that noise?
It's more like a.
That's the sound of the needle because it's really old and rusty.
Yeah.
From World War I.
Okay, then that makes sense.
'Cause that's the only one you can afford.
True.
Do you inject oxygen into that one as well? The needle?
I inject oxygen into the needle?
Yeah.
Does the needle need to breathe?
Well, how do you get the oxygen in there to give it to the
Yeah,
goblin?
exactly.
Bro,
It's
that's
not
carbon
how-
dioxide.
No, that's...
No.
Oh, yeah, if you breathe out, I forgot that's air.
Yeah.
No,
I think.
you're both wrong.
I'm not entirely sure what air is.
It's right there.
Is there any here? I don't think we have that around here.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Are you
Here,
looking it up?
let me make some.
No, I don't have any. Sorry.
Here,
I just,
I'll make some.
I just don't think we have it around these parts, which is
Yeah.
fine. I don't care. I've been to in Nigeria they had some, and it was really cool.
Really? Did you
How was
drink it?
Did you
Was
save
it
any?
tasty?
I
You
did
should've-
save some, but I've already used all of it.
You should have
Shoot,
saved
you
some in
should
one
have
of the
brought
jars.
it to us.
Yeah, I do. I use it for my goblins.
You
I'm
should've brought it to
kind of
us
running
so we
out, and
could
I'm kind of
drink it.
concerned.
You should go back to Nigeria then.
Yeah, you
But
should
you
bring
should
the
bring
goblins.
us a jar to drink.
Don't bring her one. Bring me one. So.
Don't bring him one.
Neither
bring
of
me
you
one.
deserve oxygen.
I mean, yeah, but so?
Yeah, exactly. We're your friends. You can give us oxygen.
Did the jars used to have jam or jelly in them?
Goblin.
No, but before.
Jar. Yeah.
Jar.
Jar.
Do you think there's
So I
any
had this
food?
thing going on with the jars.
Uh-huh. Tell me.
You know what a
more.
radiator is?
Yes.
No.
The next segment, which is a fan favorite on our show, which is where we like to review images, and I found a really real, convincing image of a goblin, and I was wondering what you'd rate it on a scale of 1 to 10. What you think you'd do if you saw this? If
That's a fake goblin.
Is he one of the goblins that are helping?
No, that is a fake one. They should have bought one, and then maybe they would have the right to...
Why is there a red circle?
Personally, I can't even look at this image because it's so frightening and horrible
Not
and disgusting
a
to
goblin.
me.
It's... Here's the thing. What's this little boy's name?
Enrique.
The goblin is definitely real because
They have a circle
There's a
on it.
circle.
there's a
yeah.
circle,
Yeah.
which
But the floor is too shiny.
it is
Yeah.
too shiny. So I do think the floor is a 3D model,
Yeah.
but
What about the
They're
baby?
just sitting on dirt. in
I
front
think
of
he
a
might be
green
like
screen.
between worlds, like between reality and
Yeah.
fiction.
yeah, the baby's pretty ambiguous, I'd say.
He came
doesn't
from
really
Rick and
matter.
Morty.
Yeah, he's pointless next to the
I wish that the-
loveliness
Yeah.
of this creature.
I wish that the mama just zoomed in on the goblin and kind of cropped the baby
Yeah,
out.
I
of it, 'cause
don't
he
like the
really
baby.
wish
He's
the,
gross.
I wish the mom adopted the goblin
Yeah.
and threw her baby under the dresser.
made them fight.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
I
death.
hate the
And the
child.
goblin
and
would
The child deserves to
they
die.
did, and they posted the video on YouTube.
It got removed though.
Yeah,
Oh,
I do have
Papa.
80 copies of it.
Ooh, show it.
Put it on screen.
Oh.
If you want to see it again, you'll have to pay. This is rarefied.
It is on the OnlyFans.
Yeah, that is on our podcast Patreon and OnlyFans.
Please subscribe. We have great tiers.
Yeah.
We will send you a jar.
We'll send you a goblin. For real.
You will get a goblin.
Trust
That's the
me.
highest tier though. That's like $100,000, so a month.
Which a
so-
couple people have done, but
Yeah, they really say that it's worth it too. So.
And it gets you a goblin and all the food you need for a goblin, such as leaves.
No, the
and-
food's a different tier.
Oh, what tier
Did
is
you
it?
even read our Patreon before coming on here? Do you not have that much respect for us? That's what I thought. See. Why did we
anyway,
even bring
mail
her on?
time.
Mail time!
Mail
Okay,
corn.
We're gonna have our guest deal with open the mail that we received from a fan. It's from
Longtime
Thank you
fan.
very
Cheers.
he watched the first episode.
Yeah. He's a real one. Well, what do you think is in here?
I don't know.
Thank you, Enrique, for this.
Officially licensed Marge Simpson normal Funko Pop.
Okay.
This is also from Enrique. He delivered it to us by hand. And it's a perfect place for Vsauce.
No, I think this one should sit.
I think you're wrong.
I think that you should stop.
Okay.
I win. He's dead.
He's bloody.
Yeah, but that's just how he is. You know him. You know, you don't have to be rude.
Okay.
You really haven't got the technique.
Panther Marge is too wide.
Don't say that about her. My God.
So after that abysmal Goblin image review, where they essentially it was just the media trying to disprove, again, one of the biggest and most well-backed conspiracies in the world, Actually, as evidenced by a recent video I found that she actually assisted with, without her knowledge, that was top 10 goblin sightings worldwide. And it's very intriguing. I've put a link to it in the description below. I highly encourage you all to check it out. It's eye-opening, to say the least. They're hiding things, and it's upsetting. But anyway, I think we should, to make up for the fans, we should have a normal review of images that some fans have told us we should review. And so let's go. This one?
I really like this one. I'm a big fan, I have to say. I really like the shape and the background.
Yeah, this is a really nice landscape, and I think that the symmetry is perfect. It's at almost a front-facing angle. It's purely beautiful.
I would live here. That's all I have to say, really, is I would live there.
I do. That's a good image. 9 out of 10.
I'm going to have to give it an 8, because I think there might be images I might like more, and
Okay.
I want to really save my high
That's
scores.
fair. Yeah. How about this one?
I think this is a very good chair.
Yeah, it's perfectly in focus. The only issue I have is that it's at a bit of an angle, and that might make it hard for me to sit in it.
It does make me a little bit seasick to look at, but I do like it. I like that about it.
Yeah, he's up there.
Mm-hmm.
What more?
Literally.
Yeah, what more can I say?
Yeah. I wonder how much grass there is in that image. Like, do you think he counted it before he took the photo? Because I think details like that are important, and it really shows craftsmanship on the side of the photographer.
Yeah, I think that's probably that's kind of the art of the image, because I think if you counted the amount of grass, which I assume there's a bit of, it would probably be more than the amount of pixels, and I think that's really cool.
Yeah. This was really well planned.
Yeah, I'm going to give this one also probably still another 9 out of 10, 1 for each pixel.
Yeah, I will also give this one a 9. This one, what do you think?
He is evidently a superhero.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how many people he saved.
I don't think very many, because I've never seen him, so
He's never saved me.
yeah.
I've had a couple superheroes save me, and none of them were him. Actually, yeah, no. So I don't
know if I believe in him, really.
Yeah, I think
this might be an edited image,
Yeah.
because there's not a red circle.
Yeah, look at exactly.
Yeah, just look at the, like, reflections on his face.
Yeah, he's
That's
too shiny,
disgusting.
just like the
Yeah.
house, which we do know is fake. you know?
Exactly, of course. So he might actually even live there in the fake house.
Yeah, I think that's a fairly accurate assessment. I'd give this image a 6 out of 10.
I'm gonna give this one a 0.
Okay, that's fair. I just appreciate the art that can go into doctoring an image of this caliber.
Yeah, actually, I'll change my score. I'll give it an 8. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I like this one.
Yeah.
This is a good one.
Yeah, this is... I feel comfortable. I actually use this on every episode of the podcast, this device.
Mm-hmm.
It's very useful. It helps regulate the mechanisms,
Mm-hmm.
power the machines, and even sometimes I don't really like doing it, but I can on occasion. I have been known to use it to identify contraptions.
It is a little bit of a gizmo,
Yeah,
but that's okay. You know, we all have our flaws, and I still think it's really nice.
yeah. I would and do use it on a constant basis.
I think I'll give this one a 10.
Yeah, this is definitely a 10 out of 10.
I wish I had one.
This is a interesting image.
I think that's really offensive what it says. I don't know if you can even show that.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna blur it.
I think the fan who
It might be.
But I do like it.
It might be one of those things where it's like you have to look this up, and it's like some weird
Yeah.
conspiracy by the government or something.
I'm definitely not going to look it up.
Yeah, I definitely do like the composition of the image, though. The car is slightly off center, which is really nice.
It looks like a nice day outside.
Yeah, he's on the right side of the road. He's driving.
Yeah. Where do you think he's going? I think he might be going directly to hell.
Yeah, I didn't want to say that.
I'm sorry. You can blur that if you want.
Yeah, I will blur it out of the audio.
Okay, that's good.
This image is a 0 out of 10 for me.
I'm going to give it a 5 because it makes me feel both pleased and horrified. I think your ceiling is falling apart.
I think someone's stalking us.
Yeah.
It definitely, it has the vibe. Yeah, I won't be looking this up either. This is a hard -5 out of 6.
Yeah.
Neat,
Yeah.
I think.
This is a one that says a point about having a lot of when you're there.
Yeah, I would definitely eat it if it's in a cardboard box.
It's shiny, so I'm a little bit concerned about how real it is, but I really hope it is real. I don't want anyone to be lying to me about this one. I would be kind of upset.
Yeah, there is, however,
A jar.
there's a jar. It might have a goblin in it. It might have a red circle in it.
That's true. You know, it doesn't show us the whole picture. It kind of leaves you have to think about it. You have to come up with your own interpretation and ending.
Yeah, exactly. But I would say this was the good ending, if it was an ending.
Yeah. This is the one you always strive for, you know.
Yeah. I definitely have to give this image a 17 out of 10.
Yeah. I will give it a 70 out of 10.
Yorkshire declarations.
I'm a fan.
He is declaring Yorkshire.
Yeah. And he has a right to, you know? Some people will disagree with that, but I think he has every right to, and I don't think people should shame him for that one.
Yeah, I do shame him for it, but he...
You shame everyone for that.
Yeah, I hate Yorkshire.
You're just like that.
I hate it. Should we go to snack time?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm hungry.
Snack time is over. Snack time is over. One of the most anticipated segments on this podcast is, of course, the question corner, which is probably our most famed segment, and that's because we ask the questions that a lot of times others aren't really prepared to or comfortable with. For example, something we personally have been trying to deal with, and a lot of other people have recently with, the pandemic and everything, just with how the state of the world, the state that the world is in. This is a situation that has happened to a couple people, and it's really important to know what you'll do when it happens to you. So we asked this question, and a lot of people answered with their answers, and we're going to kind of critique their answers. But the question is, of course, if you woke up one day and you realize you have no nipples, and so you go out and you talk to your mom, but she's just weeping, just crying so much, and you're like, Jesus, Mom, what's wrong? And she says, your dad is dead. And she gives you a box with all his stuff, and you find a notebook that says it's for you to read. And you open it, and it has this whole like manifesto for you and about how much he loves you, all that dumb stuff. But on one page, you see that you were drawing like manuscript almost that states that you were actually born without nipples, and every night he sucked on your chest to make it look like you had nipples so you wouldn't be bullied by the nippled children.
I would get new nipples tattooed on my chest.
I think I'd mostly be sad, but yeah, I don't know how much I'd care. But our fans have interesting answers. One says, I'll think to myself, wow, then go back to my room and think about it, then just push it behind me and forget.
I think that's a bad answer. I don't think you should forget that your dad died.
Yeah.
You should probably remember, because what if someone's like, hey, can I meet your dad?
And you're like, yeah. Or what if someone's like, hey, can I meet your nipples?
Yeah.
You need to, I think, just, it's like, you gotta accept it and kind of just learn to live with it. And yeah, you can get, you can get a nipple tattoo or whatever, but...
You can also get a dad tattoo.
Yeah.
So...
That's
it's kind of up to you to decide which one's the bigger loss, you know?
Yeah.
I don't think anyone should really have a say for definitely which one's bigger.
Yeah, true. Another fan says run away and probably get nipple surgery. I think a lot of you guys are focusing too much on the nipples. Your dad has died.
I think nipples are just more important.
True.
You can't nurse your children. And then you can't be a dad. And then no one will miss you when you die.
I was planning on having my dad nurse my children.
What if... Well, he's dead now, so now what are you going to do?
This will be really rough when this happens.
I know, but...
I straight up do not know how I'm going to deal with it.
It'll kind of be funny, though.
I'll laugh.
Yeah, you should just laugh it off. You shouldn't really be sad. I don't know why you would be.
What? Be uncomfortable and die.
I mean, that's just all of life, really.
Yeah, that's just your game plan, honestly. Cry. Which true, I think everyone would do that, but that's kind of a non-answer. Think. I think that's a good move, but pretty bare answer.
I don't think that's a permanent solution.
Yeah. I think that would work for a tiny bit.
Yeah.
But I think your nipples will then go away again.
Yeah. You can think them into existence, but you can only hold your focus for so long.
Yeah, about once.
Mm-hmm. So you have to save it for when you really need them.
Suck on mother's tit would tell father suck it.
I agree with that one, honestly. I can see where they're coming from.
Yeah, I think that's pretty awesome.
I think it really speaks for itself.
Yeah, I would also do this.
Yeah. And I have.
Yeah. This person says carry on with my life normally.
That's brave.
I think that's just like a cool guy answer, honestly.
Yeah.
I don't think they actually could do this.
That's fair.
I don't think anyone could do this, honestly.
Yeah.
This person says they'll suck their own damn nipples, and again, brave. And
I think you need extra ribs for that.
I'm talking with doctors to figure out what I'll need to do if this happens. Because I don't think it works.
It doesn't. Trust me.
Okay. Sorry. Commit a violent and heinous crime.
To your nipples?
What violent and heinous crimes could you commit to your nipples?
Cutting them off.
Kidnapping.
I think any violent and heinous crime that you can commit to a person, you could probably also commit to your nipples.
And it would be worse.
Yeah, you should and would get charged about the same, I think.
Yeah. That's how they got my uncle. He's been in prison for 13 years for that. Kind of a sensitive subject. You shouldn't have brought that one up.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
You should be.
I'd freak out and cry. He died, and that is deeply uncomfortable. I'd rather known I had no nips. I think that's it's kind of like Santa. Like, a lot of people want their kids to believe in kind of the magic of Santa as much as your dad wants you to believe in the magic of Nipples. And you don't want them to... But at the same time, you don't really want to betray their trust when you inevitably have to tell them that it was all a sham.
Yeah, I think it's okay to tell your kid that you're sucking on their chest to give them nipples until like 4th grade, and then you have to tell them the truth that they do have nipples.
Yeah, I think that's a very, very good point. We also had some fan-submitted questions, which we will answer about ourselves, others, our opinions on current happenings.
We try to be a very interactive podcast and really get viewer engagement. So thank you everyone for sending questions and answers.
Yeah, exactly. We really appreciate and care about it. This person asks, Genie lets you make any number of wishes, but every wish you make shaves a year off your lifespan and you get older with each wish. Can't undo or prevent this. I'm really offended that they asked this. I hate them, and I am blocking them and deleting this from my screen.
I would undo everything I've ever asked for so that I regress in age and become a baby again.
I would wish this person out of existence.
Yeah, and you'd only be 1 year older.
Yeah, exactly. I already am.
Yeah.
This person asks, Keine Fragen Aberwinnerik Tolles Prolil Hav Duda.
No.
Yeah, Dude.
What? We should just move on from that one.
All right, so what would you do if you figured out that your name meant something that was sadness or despair on Urban Dictionary, and that's it? What would you do?
I would kill myself.
I would not be hungry, but I would
tell you about it.
I would tell you about it, and then I would go hungry and kill myself.
Yeah. Make sure to bleep that out.
Yeah. I would also tell everyone that I would...
Yeah. I would also probably shut down Urban Dictionary, because I kind of own a lot of websites and have a lot of connections and stuff, and my father's really rich and stuff, and so...
Yeah, my father actually owns Urban Dictionary, and...
Yeah, well, my father is like the CEO, of websites.
You ever heard of WildWorks? What if someone had an IQ of 1 billion?
They'd be... What's the word I'm looking for?
I actually do.
They would be stupid.
Yeah, exactly. Because it's like golf. It's like the higher...
Yeah, because that's just too many numbers.
Yeah.
There's about there's like 1 million zeros in that.
Yeah.
I can't even count that high.
There are 1 million numbers total, and yeah, this is a weird, dumb question.
They're clearly dumb because they just made up a number.
Yeah.
Idiot.
Jesus. This one I was really fascinated with, and I was so excited to film this episode because I could not hold my anticipation for what our answers would be. Interesting concept. Now that one's comes to thinking, but this here thickums one right here and right over Daredo, nice and writin' I like I am.
Well, let me just clear something up first of all. We are not Coach Spurg's girlfriend, so
yeah, I don't
know where they got that really.
Yeah, other than that though, I think it's a really neat, an interesting concept.
Yeah.
I think it'd be really interesting to watch this happen to someone else, but I definitely wouldn't want it to happen to me. Yeah. Podcast.
What?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Do you like big cats? Reply the answer. Next hypothetical, of course, is what would you do if you were trapped inside a podcast? So I think that's the end of the question corner. Thank you for your questions and answers.
Yeah, thank you, everyone. They were
Yeah.
all really good.
Yeah,
I liked all of them.
Yeah, especially all of them. It's our favorite time. It's the craft segment of the Are You Cold Son podcast. Today we're going to be doing some crafts. We're going to be turning these boring old shoes into, well, you'll see. So as you can see here, we have the perfectly made DIY craft glue shoe. And you can wear this and make it at home for about $60. And a shoe of equal status would run you about $50 new.
Yeah.
And it...
I don't know how many pesos that would be, so I'm sorry for our Spanish-speaking audience, but I think it's still pretty relatively cheap. And these paints and such should be available in Mexico. And anyway, so I think pretty much anyone can make this shoe. It doesn't require very much skill, and it's pretty fun. You can do this with the kids, you know, with your grandma, with your grandpa, with your cousins. I do have to say that I don't wear shoes ever, and I don't really own any, so I don't know if this craft would be useful for me personally, but I think I could give this to someone, and it would really make them smile. What do you think?
I like the shoe.
Do you? Do you mean that?
I really do. Because if I had to have a shoe like that, I would wear it every day. And I do now, so I definitely will.
That's a testimony right there for you folks. I don't know what else to tell you.
I thought I had paint on my hand. So another really cool part of the podcast that a lot of people seem to like pretty significantly is our fan corner. And today we have a very special fan corner. Someone actually wrote a fan fiction about us to read on the podcast, and it's really it's very interesting, and I definitely wanted to read through it and kind of discuss it. It has some really deep themes and really makes you think.
I'm really glad we have such a nice fan base.
This is, yeah, it's amazing. You are Medea. You are Medea, a wizard living in the kingdom of the dead. You say, time to go to a funeral. You put your spell to good use. You begin the ritual creating an anti-life barrier, which is why you couldn't bring anyone else here. For hours you concentrate, and eventually you are successful. You say, awesome. After a while, you go through the book and find a spell for teleportation. You concentrate, and eventually a portal to the dimension of the dead opens up, and you step through. You look for Seth Rogen. You step through the portal, finding yourself in the midst of a battlefield. Dead bodies of humans, orcs, elves, and other races lay around. You walk forward, finding yourself in the middle of a large battle. Elves and orcs lay dead, but your eyes are caught by one man. He is an orc, wearing no armor, wielding a two-handed sword which is coated in blood. You ask, Seth? Seth Rogen? The orc turns, noticing you. He grunts before nodding. Seth? Where's Rogen? You ask about Seth Rogen. The orc grunts and draws a picture with his finger in the air of a man. You ask, is this him? Yeah, that's him. So, where is he? I don't know. He's dead. How do you know? I just know. You can ask, how can you take me to his body? You follow him. You follow the orc as he leads you further into the endless hills. Eventually, you find yourself at the side of a large river. The orc grunts before heading towards the water. He swims underwater for a few seconds before surfacing a few feet away. He begins to head towards the middle of a river before stopping. You swim underwater and see that the orc has apparently found something. He swims back to the edge, pokes his head out of the water, holding something in his hands. Is this it, you ask him? Is this Seth Rogen? Yeah. What happened to him? How did he die? Don't know. He drowned. In that case, let's get out of here. You swim underwater and surface a few feet away from the bank of the river. The orc watches you as you grab him by the hand and pull him up. He emerges, coughing, and looks at the orc. You say, "Hi, Seth Rogen." You ask, "Would you like to be in Medea's funeral too?" "But why? I need another cast member." The orc pauses before nodding. "Fine, come on." You walk further into the hills after the orc. You ask, "How it's been, Seth?" Good, I guess. How did you get the part?" "I volunteered." "What about you?" "It's good. What grade are you in?" "You say 5th. Cool, I'm in 4th. You walk further into the hills. Eventually the orcs stop, turning to face you. You say, "Medea." The one nods. "What part do you want?" "You can also be Medea." The orc nods. "Okay, I'll do that then." "Cool. They told me to find someone who could help me, so I came to you." "How come?" You say, "I need a funny weed man." The orc looks at you thinking, "I can do that. Perfect. I'll be needing one of those." You bring Seth with you. You grab your bag. You grab a tray, fill it with food. You find an empty seat and begin eating. You eat monkey meat. As you bite into the piece of monkey flesh, you find it surprisingly delicious. You quickly finish the morsel and put the rest of the meat in your mouth. You walk forward. Noticing a large fence has been erected around a field, with many people on the other side. You notice the lumberjacks cheering as Medea is thrown into the large pile of wood. You walk up leaning on the fence. You watch as he finishes throwing her into the wood. After a minute, he slams the axe into the wood. He looks up, smiling at you. You ask, "Why would he do this to me?" "I don't know." "Why would you do this to her?" "I don't know." You sigh, shaking your head. "Why? We're going to need a new person for the play." You ask, "What about Seth Rogen?" "He can't act. He just twirls his mustaches." "That doesn't matter." "I know, but he's so nice. He can't be mean to her." You ask where he is. He's in the break room eating donuts. You nod, turning and walking off. You enter the building and walk into the break room. You say, "Hey, Seth. Hey there." You smile as you enter. "There you are. I've been waiting for a chance to talk to you." "About what? You don't know? You don't want to be in the play anymore?" "God, no. I was hoping you could take my place." "Replace me?" "Well, replace me with who?" "You." "Well, you ask why?" "There's something I need to tell you. I've been having doubts about your religion." He nods solemnly. You ask why. "The idea that I'm saving all these people, it just feels hollow. It's not the same as when my dad first taught me the faith, you know." "I know what you mean. You tell him the play will make you feel better. The play will help. It'll get me in the mood to save people." "Yeah, I know how it is. I'm glad you do, brother." You ask if he is ready. "As I'll ever be." You go out. You walk into the break room and out of the sawmill. You walk towards the church where you notice someone laying on the ground. You investigate. You notice that's a bum from the other day. "Hey, you," he says. "What happened here? You got beat up?" "This seems to be the case." Guess they're not as nice as I thought." You ask, "Who? Markiplier?" "No, those 2 guys that were throwing me out of the park." "Oh, them? They didn't do anything to you, did they?" You ask if he knows anything about the play. "No, I don't think they did either." "So, are you in the play too?" You walk after him into school. "Do you go here?" "Yeah. Do you?" "First grade." He smiles. You both enter the school. You see a monkey and both of you laugh. "Do you like school?" "It's alright. It's not the best thing, but it's alright." You see a monkey attacking someone. You look and the monkey is sitting on someone's shoulder, scratching them. He has a knife and is stabbing the student repeatedly. "Ah, what a bad monkey." "Yeah," he says. You stop him, you raise your hands, and the monkey leaps off the boy. "What are you doing? He'll hurt someone, I'm sure. We should stop him." You ask the monkey if he wants to be in the play. He nods, then he leaps down and runs off into the trees. You cry, "You're too nice. He'll never learn. It's not my fault." He says, "Monkeys don't like to go to school." I suppose not." You ask, "What now? There's one for the play." "Yeah, but there's still the play. We could probably still do it." "I guess we could." You trip. "Are you all right?" "I'm fine. How is it? How's it going?" The person drops down and you recognize her as the girl that was sitting next to you in English last period. She smiles at you. "Hello there." You say, "Hi." "Oh, hi, Ben Shapiro's sister. I'm Betsy." "I'm Kane." She giggles a bit and helps you up. "What are you doing?" You say, "Getting ready for the play." "Yeah, I saw you earlier talking to Ben and his sister. They're doing some kind of play and they need people. You should try." "Yeah, maybe." You look at your watch. It reads 6:30. The play will be starting soon and you need to get to the costume room. "All right, let's go. I have to find you something to wear." You put on the goblin ears and open the stairwell door. You look at Ben and his sister and nod. "You guys ready?" They say, "Yeah." You turn and head both down the stairwell. The bottom of the At the bottom, you put on the goblin mask. You say, "Welcome, everybody, to Medea's funeral 2. A man walks on stage and begins to speak. Hello, everyone. I'm Mr. He stops mid-sentence, looking at you. You mouth Medea. Ah, Medea, he says. He starts clapping and the crowd follows. They start chanting, Medea, 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 over and over. You smile standing on the stage. You yell, time for a funeral. You begin to chant. You pretend to be sad and the crowd erupts into applause. You smile, accepting their praise. Thank you, you yell out, as they begin to chant. More, more, more. Now I think it's time for the main event, you say. You wait for them to quiet down before continuing. You point a gun at Medea. You point a small gun at Medea, who screams. The gun has a single bullet, for dramatic purposes. I will shoot you, you yell. You say, kiss me. Medea moves in to kiss you, and you move the gun upwards, shooting her in the mouth. Ah, my tongue, Medea screams. The gun is still in your other hand, and you move quickly to her temple. Tell me you want me. You say, I want you, she replies. You pull the trigger, you bow, you leave the stage. You hear Ben screaming from the wings. You check on Ben, you see him screaming in terror. What's the emergency? A man says, walking on stage. I need a doctor, Ben says. I've been stabbed. You raise the gun, aiming at him. Wait, he says. Don't shoot. I'm a doctor. You lower the gun and leave the stage. You walk off into the darkness.
Wow. Truly powerful.
Yeah, it was perfect. I can't imagine a better story.
We really have some scholars that
really,
listen to us.
Really creative fans.
Yeah.
Really just
It's a good one.
fascinating stuff. So another thing we have from a fan is this here image of, I think, you, or it's one of us. It's very well composed.
Yeah. I think it might be me. Yeah, I think it's us if we were blue.
I think it's me if I were blue and had a long nose and had a crown, and it was also you.
I think it's me if I was normal.
So thank you all for watching the Are You Cold Son podcast. It's been a pleasure. We've been going strong here for about 2 years now. It's the support.
This is channel 47-4. This is channel 47-4. This is channel 47-4.